الحمد لله رب العالمين والتحيات والإكرام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيبنا وصفينا أبي القاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين وعلى صحبه الصالحين وعباد الله أجمعين. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Ali Rasheed, and I'm from the Imam Ali Seminary. And this morning, I would like to talk to you briefly about the concept of ikhwa, or brotherhood in Islam. First of all, we have probably the best example in our history about brotherhood from the example of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And this is at the time when the Prophet himself, he made hijrah. And people of Yathrib, which became known as Medina, Medina to Nabi, the people of Yathrib, they were called the Ansar. So these people provided the best model for us that this concept of how to put this concept of brotherhood into actual practice. These brothers, they had accepted the Muhajirin, the people who migrated from Medina, from Medina. They accepted them into their homes. Our Prophet made a contract or a bay'ah between these brothers, between the Muhajirin and the Ansar, and they became like actual brothers. And sometimes we talk about brotherhood, but they became like really actual brothers. They became so strong in their brotherhood that this was a lifetime relationship. And even sometimes we don't realize in our own families the type of brotherhood that they experienced at that particular time. We don't see this brotherhood amongst people who are our blood brothers, not blood sisters. We don't see this concept of brotherhood. So it was something which was very unique and something which is a very good lesson for us that they provided really the model, the ideal model of brotherhood for us. And our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said the believers are brothers and their blood is co-equal, meaning that their blood between each other is equal. And they are one hand against another, and the most inferior amongst them is empowered by their protection of other brothers. So even the most inferior amongst them, they gain some strength from this concept of ikhwa, or brotherhood. And Imam Bakr alayhi salam, he said, a believer is the brother of another believer as if he is from his own mother and father. So this is the way that the Ansar took this concept of brotherhood, as if they were born from their own brother, from their own father and their own mother. So it was not the type of fake brotherhood that we see today. It was real brotherhood. And Imam Ali alayhi salam, he said forget you in the time of trouble, and he does not cheat you when you seek his advice. So when we look at the example of these Ansar, when these brothers came to him and they needed help, they took them in, first of all, to their homes. They accepted them as members of their own families. Even we have some riwayat that even if they had more than one wife, they would divorce one of their wives so that one of the muhajirin could marry that one. So they were actually brothers. So we have a really kind of light-hearted concept of brotherhood in our times today. And we haven't really seen a model and an example like in that time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And maybe it was because the Prophet himself sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was there. He was amongst them. He inspired them to this type of, and this level and this extent of brotherhood. So as time has gone, maybe we are not able to find this type of brotherhood, but it's still our duty to practice this brotherhood to the extent which we can. We have the principles, and we have to just put these principles into practice. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, and this was his regular practice, that when the Prophet, he missed the company of any of his brothers, for 3 days, he would inquire about them. If he was absent, he would pray for them. And if he was in town, he would visit them. And if he was ill, he would go and see them. So this is the sunnah of our Prophet, that when we see that our brother is absent, then we should inquire about him. We should see that and why, for instance, he's not visiting the masjid. So why are we not seeing him for these 3 days? And we should make this a sincere inquiry into his state and his situation and his whereabouts. That's why we're not seeing him in the masjid, for instance. And if this brother is ill, then we should go and visit. This is the sunnah of our Prophet. We should go and visit him. And we should even pray for him. If we are not seeing him, we should pray for him. We should desire to see him. It should be in our hearts that we are missing this brother, we're missing his company. So this is the way in the sunnah of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Prophet, he also said, when you see 3 traits in your brother, put hope in him. And these 3 traits are bashfulness, trustworthiness, and truthfulness. And if you don't see them in your brother, do not put your hope in that brother. And Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, Imam Sadiq, he said, test your brother with 2 things. Test your brother with 2 things. He must possess these 2 things, otherwise avoid him. So see that he is praying at the prescribed times. And see that he is helping another brother in the time of hardship. So if you don't see these things, then again, this is not someone who you should rely upon as a reliable brother. And Imam Ali alayhi salam,
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
he said, choose a new thing from everything. And choose something new from everything. But from a brother, meaning one of your brothers, choose something old. Meaning choose something old and well-tested and reliable. Don't put your hope in someone who is not tested. So, for every other thing, you get something new. But for your brother, you want to get someone who is old. Someone who is your old brother, someone who is reliable, someone who is tested. So these are some examples that we should try to enliven in our own practice, in our own life. These are not just, ideas or concepts, but these are rules that we have to try to live by. And if we try to live by these rules and accept our brothers as true brothers, as we see in the example in history, then our own affairs will become much better. One of the reasons that our affairs are so bad in these times is because we don't have this concept of brotherhood. And this concept of brotherhood, as I look at the sisters, I don't want to think that this concept doesn't include sisters as well. So when we say, for instance, this concept of brotherhood, it is also including sisters as well. So it is sisters and brothers, but we have the term ikhwa as brotherhood, and it also implies the sisters as well. Just like when we say the concept of abawain, meaning like the two parents. So it is for the father and the mother. So it is not just for the father, although we take the term abu, but it is not just for the father. So this term ikhwa is also embracing the concept of sisterhood as well. And so we need to embrace this concept wholeheartedly and try to put this into our lives and our practice. And as I'm saying, if we do this, then we can see that our affairs will improve. Sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam.